Good evening and welcome aboard Northwest Indiana Life. Please make sure your seatbelts are fastened. It is gonna be a bumpy ride. Girls. This has been my life for the last 4 years. It's been courage over comfort. That's all I know. I'm really looking for the comfort zone right now. Hi, my name is Lisa Kusbel. This was my life for 25 years. I was an American Airlines flight attendant, and I loved my job, most of it. I enjoyed the traveling and the meeting of people and making some of the best friends during those journeys. Even today, I have the support of my flight attendant fan group over there. Thank you guys, love you. My favorite flight attendants were there for me through thick and thin, even tonight. I got injured at work back in 2012. And after 3 back surgeries and 2.5 years of grueling physical therapy, I was able to get myself back to flying for 4 months before I decided it was time to retire in December of 2014. It was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made in my life because it is something that I truly enjoyed. And most of all, it's all I knew for 25 years, comfort. But my flight attendant friends, they showed up and they supported me. From that moment on and to this day, we get together once a month and have lunch. This is a way that I'm still connected to them, and the love I've felt from them has been very overwhelming. I can't thank them enough for helping me to get where I am today. Also, throughout this transition, I've had the amazing support from my family and also from my children, Matthew, Lauren, and Jacob, also known as Jake Dog. If you see him, you can call him Jake Dog. And I seriously couldn't have done it, nor could I still have not done it today without the support of my husband, Frank, also known as my IT guy. Anyone who knows me knows I am computer illiterate, right, Dan McGuire? He's my other IT guy at work. In fact, I did just learn the difference between copy and paste. Since that retirement, I took a year to figure out what I wanted to do, and for the second half of my life, I wanted to make sure it was something that I loved, something that made me happy, and it had to be something where I was treated with respect. And that year and before, I started going to events in the Valparaiso community because my husband works for AM Stabilizers, and he is one of the faces of the company that loves to give back to the community. So I would go to these events, and I would always kid around, I'm riding on the coattails of Frank Kusbel. Hi, I'm Frank's wife. Sorry, I'm so confused right now. Through the events and being out in the community, I've met lots of people still riding on Frank's coattails. At one of those events, one of my friends suggested I become a realtor. Interesting. I love houses. I love looking at them. And many of you know that I love to move in and out of them on a frequent basis. Oh. That's how we moved out to Porter County. I always looked at magazines, and that was way before the apps and the internet even were a thing. So I decided to take the leap. I went to school for 3 months and studied all of the time. Remember, it's been about 30 years since I went to school. I would get so frustrated because I didn't understand why an answer was what it was, and I would go up to Frank and I'm like, Frank, what do you think the answer is to this real estate question? Remember, he's not in real estate. He'd get it right. I would get so mad, like, how do you know this? Turns out he's been in the business world for many years, and I was brand new to it, and there really is a big difference. So after months of studying and test taking came the state exam. I left there shaking and my knees weak when, lo and behold, they told me I passed. How? It was my first try, and I was really being set up to fail inside the test room, but I passed. Courage. I did it, you guys. The next day, Jacob or Jake Dog, however you want to refer to him, we went on vacation because we really, really needed it. So upon my return, my flight attendant friends have now renamed me Agent Kusbel, which I got a letter on my door today that said Agent Kusbel with a card inside. That was awesome. Timing was impeccable. Being a realtor in real life is a whole lot different than what school teaches you. There was lots and lots and lots of learning. Remember my IT guy? Yeah, he was really helping me a lot. So after 4 months in real estate, I was approached by the director of the Valpo Parks, John Seibert. Love that guy. He'd gotten to know me through riding on the coattails of my husband. So he had asked me if I would be interested in becoming the Director of Development for the Valpo Parks. What an honor to be thought of for such a position and such a great opportunity to be involved more within the community, and as well as having such a great place to call my work. Yes, yes, I would love to do so. Courage. I now have 2 jobs. 2. Thank you. I now also work at this great place with amazing people that I would have never gotten to know. Especially Queen Helene. She rules at the Valpo Parks. I'm sorry, John, but Queen Helene rules. There you go. I also would have never known all the things that go on in the background to make the Valpo Parks what they are today. There are quite a few moving pieces if you guys didn't know that. By the way, my husband has also called me Director Kusbel. It gets out of control, I'm telling you. Learning. I am always learning, Kevin. Stop it. I love this saying. We were talking about this today. It's always good to learn one thing a day. What I wouldn't give to learn one thing a day. Not alone. I'm done. Since late 2016, I've been wearing many hats in my life between volunteering and joining Tri Kappa with Miss Kay Fratasha, and thankful that my term as co-chair for the Taste of Valpo last week is now done. I'm over. I do stay pretty busy, but not a whole lot of downtime, but when I do try to make the best of it. At All About the Girls, 2017, there was an extraordinary woman, Donna Flanagan. Can you please stand, Donna? We all remember you, baby. She was chosen as one of the speakers for that evening. She's teaching all of us about scattering kindness. Well, that night was definitely no exception. I had just lost my mom, 4 months earlier, my best friend. And she called me up here on the stage. I don't know who was here for that, but I was afraid to see pictures. The ugly cry came out. Wow, thank you. She gave me a bracelet that I'm wearing today, right next to her daughter, Monica, who gave me one as well. And she taught all of us that even in times when you feel you've lost your whole world, you can still make a difference and hold your head up high and the courage to continue in this life. Thank you, Donna. I love you. I want to add a quote from an inspirational woman by the name of Rachel Hollis. You can look at your past and see a line of mistakes, see only the hard things that life threw your way. Or you can recognize all the times that you overcome adversity and that you push through all of the hard stuff and that you got it done. And when you go through something strong and you become stronger in the process. When you remember the power of Me Too, and when you see a sister, she's carrying a baggage that you had once carried. Now you are stronger, and you can say to her, I can help you carry that load because I know what it feels like to unpack that bag. I will be that person to say that happened to me, and I walked through it, and now I'm on the other side. So I just want to say to those of you who feel there is no way you can make a change in your life, you can. I'm proof you absolutely can. Courage. Thank you.